prepare yourself for another TheMrDarkPhoenix video game review of Game of Thrones. The game that takes place after the hit TV show. Before it, things are going to get pretty medieval in here. Enjoy this review as I go. Catch this bitch named Brienne. I'm gonna find a pretty picture of her whether it kills you.
Taken from the hit-selling novel The Song of Ice and Fire and HBO's Game of Thrones, the same name, Game of Thrones, now has a game out, taking its Westeros journey to our living room-os. This RPG takes us on a journey that most others don't. We're going to see just how much of a journey this takes us on. And don't worry, I'm going to kick you off the horse if the journey gets bad, and I swear to God, you better not have sex with your sibling on my journey. That was your first warning. Players take control of Morse Westford of the Night's Watch, who is a unique to the game character and is a new addition to the game from the show and the novel. We take Mors and the Night's Watchman veteran, and we also take control of Alistair, a red priest who returns home from his father's funeral after 15 years. Alistair can be 3 different traits and skills than Mors, including an archer. So with all this bow and arrow hype because of the Avengers, you can be a ye old Hawkeye, ye old Green Arrow, and of course for the ladies, ye old Catherine Bishop. So get ready to switch back and forth between our 2 main heroes. Personally, I would have liked to have picked one character and played their whole story through instead of switching back and forth, but that's just one thing we'll get into later. Don't worry though, this game borrows elements from, but is not chronological to the Game of Thrones book or TV show. So no spoilers for those who did not read the book or watch the TV show. But that doesn't stop you from interacting with characters from the show, such as Cersei Lannister, Lord Varys the Spider, and Lord Commander Jeor. Our gameplay is traditional tactical game RPG where we have commands and wait for them to happen as you queue up your attack and you charge up your skills and your weapons to bonus and make haste to your enemies. You can pick Mors as a landed knight, your tank class. Magnar is your rogue, dual-wielding, fierce, and fast class that gets the job done. And of course a hedge knight, which is your berserker class for heavy damage output for enemies that have HP to lose. Choice of attributes include strength, agility, luck, endurance, and intelligence. Translated, it's damage, attack speed, better loot, more chance to land critical hits. Endurance increases your health and recovering for your energy costs. And intelligence increases your ability to haggle. I mean bargain with people at the merchants and stuff. You add skills to your tree when you level up through the game. You know, typical RPG stuff. I don't have to tell you guys that. You already know what to do. Choice of character traits is a unique function to the Game of Thrones game, allowing you to have points to add positive effect to your character. However, with a positive aspect, you have to even it out with a negative aspect. So you have a choice of 3 traits depending on how it goes and how it is with the negative and how it is with the positive. But you also get new traits as you go on the game depending on what choices you make. So make sure whenever you make a few choices to check back and see if you've unlocked a new skill, because it's going to come in handy. Even though it has to be a negative and a positive, the positive always outweighs the negative. You have to be patient with this game and give it a chance before you officially give it your own verdict. At first, I didn't like this game until I sat down and gave the fighting system a chance, and I really got the chance to understand it. Now that I'm used to it, I can say that it's not a system that we're used to. It takes us back, and it'll take you a minute to get used to it, but you'll find everything right okay when you're slashing in no time or commanding your dog to bite stuff, and of course being a good boy and ripping out enemies' throats out. Who's a good throat-ripping puppy? On my verdict of this game, I'm going to have to give it a shy for the price tag that it has. I would say rent it and beat it, and there just so happens to be DLC for it, and if you liked it that much, you can pick up the DLC for it. With everything I've mentioned, with you can't switch between your characters and everything else like that, I'm going to have to say you have to shy with this game. With everything I've mentioned, this game could be better in the long run once Game of Thrones goes further in story and they can fix on the improvements with a possible sequel. Well, I've got to head out because I've heard magic doesn't exist, and I've got to prove that through determination and pyromancy that magic exists. And once I master that magic, I will soon be able to stop a certain someone from having the power to destroy us and turn this game of Game of Thrones into Dragon Age. Later, guys.
prepare yourself, because after season 1, the Dragon Age is coming.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh God!
You okay?
Fucking shit! Oh God!
Reptar.
Oh God!
Brian.
Oh God!
Yoshi.
The dragons are coming!
Yoshi.
The dragons are coming!
Charizard.
Oh God!
Koopa Troopa.
The dragons are— he's not even a dragon, you idiot!